Well, let's talk about this on how much material am I going to mix up this next time. I'm not going to mix up a whole lot because see, I've got to get ready to put my shims down here for that. So I'm going to mix up enough for that, and then I'll have extra. So then I'm going to want to put it over those screw holes, and if I have extra I can come down and get these screw holes. See through here, I can just kind of work on this if I have a little extra in my pan. And then I'll check the sides of these. I think there was a knot that I chiseled on one of these, a couple of these somewhere. I'll have to check them out. Here's an imperfection right there, and then I'll just have to check out and see if I got any other spots. So I'm not going to mix up too much this time. Always think about where you're at on your project. How much of that stuff are you going to mix up? And get ready to do it. I guess this is the point too. Before you mix any more up, you just got to ask yourself, okay, is there any ridges left on here? Do I need to do any shaving? Because you only have so long to do that on existing after you get it down. Okay. And I shaved just a little bit off, you know, not a whole lot, but just where it was needed. And there's no way I could do that if this gets too hard. Okay. I did a pretty good job on this. I didn't think I needed to do much. See, I got just a little bit there. What I like about this stuff, you can contour it. Now see, if that top one needed anything, I would have waited too long, probably, and then it's harder to scrape anything off. But before I left this, I knew I had left it in a really good condition. You see, there's nothing, really nothing I wiped off of that. Okay. And if I have a little bit extra in my pan, once I do this step, I can come back and I can put a little skin on there. You call it skimming, or you can skin it, and that's hardly putting any. And then wherever you see like a little drag line, if you had a little piece of sand in there and you want it a little bit more, you look at it, oh, I want a little bit more here. Okay, you just wipe a little bit on there. You'll be surprised at how much better it's going to look by putting just a little skin in it. Okay, and mix up my next little batch. We'll get going again. You having fun yet? Hope so. Hope you're learning. Watch and learn. That's the name of the game. Okay, this time when I mixed it up, I put it in my pan when I got all done, and I centrally located. I've moved all this stuff over and kind of put it there so I don't have to mess with it as much to get it out of my pan. And I can still get it out of my pan, putting it right here. And I can work right off of that. If I don't I don't need that much on this step. I can move it. Okay. Remember last time I went the length of the step. This time I'm just going across. Okay. Now I can wipe it back on my pan if I want. And at least most of it in my pan now is just on the edge right here. See? Skin that. See, like all of it in my pan is just right there now. Okay, so now I can get it out of my pan a lot easier. Remember, I wanted to put just a bit more right in here. I gotta be mindful, get it out of my pan, get it onto the surface here. See, it's already drying. I can feel it drying. It's harder to put on with my knife now. It's getting dry, so now I'm going to have to graduate. Go with my 3-inch knife because it's getting stiff. See, just that little bit of time. Mixed it up right too. Wow, I didn't have time to do anything but this, huh? Hardly have enough time to put a little bit over these screws. It's already stiff in my pan. Wow, look at that. I can't really use that now. See, but at least I only have a little bit in there that I have to throw away. Concentrating on getting it smooth. Any last little ridges. Then I have to decide when I get done, is that good enough, or do I need to put on a tight skimming of it? In certain areas I might have to. Boy, it didn't take long for that to dry, did it? I mixed it up. No different than the last bit. It just kind of matters how much time you're going to mess with it as you're putting it on. Because it's going on big steps here, I find the best way is to get most of your material on there, get it flattened out. You can always come back and add a little bit here and there. See, that wasn't dry over there all the way, and it went through the top surface. And once you play with this stuff a little bit and work with it, you'll get the idea of what you can do with it and what you can't do. How long you have to wait. Before knocking it down. See, there's one way of flattening it this way, and then if you get any more lines, once it's dry a little bit, you can go this way to take it off, but if you go this way too soon, you're going to start wiping it off and digging into it. Okay. Well, so far so good. So far so good. Yes, indeed. Don't just put it over the screw holes one go and think, oh, that's good enough, because sometimes I've seen it. People have a tendency of putting it over there and making a bump right there and then leaving it, and then you've got a high ridge over one silly screw hole. It's like, how could you actually mess that up with a flat cutting knife? Well, it's easy to do if you're not paying attention. I've done it too with sheetrock mud. You know, covering screw holes. Sometimes you got one or two out in the open somewhere. Oh, I'll just hit that boom boom, and then you don't come back to it, or you forget to sand it, or you know, you forget to coat it a second time. Whatever the case may be. Okay. Now is when we come to our shims. This is the porch I think you wanted to see, huh? Have I done it before? No. But I've never had to coat stairs like this either. And just because there's something you've never done doesn't mean you can't do it, okay? Can't is not part of the vocabulary. Alright, so I'll get ready for this. I have to sweep this off, get it all ready, get my shims down here, and show you how it's done.